welcome to another live Sprues and Brews battle. We are continuing with our little playthrough of Kill Team on the second mission of the Octarius book, and for this episode we thought we would put some of the compendium forces against each other. I think in our last battle we just did the contents of the Octarius box with the Death Corps of Krieg taking on the Orcs, and the Orc commanders were really good. They were sneakier than I thought they'd be.
I love the Orcs, and they had a lot of DACA.
They really did, yeah. So that was a really fun game. A few people commented it was quite a sparse battlefield in the middle. That was the layout for the first mission out of the book. So we've got to the second one, which is Search and Retrieve, which has got a bit more of an interesting layout and a bit of a different objective.
It's asymmetrical, isn't it, as well, which is interesting.
It is, yeah, and a lot of the missions are like this. Like this corner of the table is kind of heavier in scenery than that half. Essentially the objective is there's 3 scrap piles that you can see here. Each of those scrap piles can be searched 4 times per battle. You get a victory point for searching it. You can only search it if you've got control of it. So your action point limit is higher than the opponent you've got control of it. Custodes, which Jay's controlling, has got a AP of 4. Yeah. So one-on-one, Jay's going to be taking on those objectives. So I'll need multiple bodies to take hold of them. I'm being honest, my Genestealers aren't going to be wanting to stand out in the open next to a Custodes, so they're going to have to do some sneaky shenanigans here to control it. We've already randomly determined our 3 objectives as well, so each of us has got a deck of 3 cards with our objectives. Both of us have got an objective that we had to randomly select a model at the start of the game. We have done that by secretly placing a lump of blue tack under one of our bases, just so as a visual mechanic we can show you which the secret one is. We are pretty much ready to start deploying, putting down some barricades and starting the first game. Give a shout out to everyone who's watching. We've got Anonymous Rex watching over on YouTube, Dodgy Roller over on Twitch, and Bad Motivator. Dave is currently sorting out the bathroom extractor, but wanted to say hello. Well, that is far more exciting than a game of Kill Team, I'm sure. So what we're going to do here is, first of all, we need to set up our barricades. So we start with the defender. Now, who is the defender? We should have worked that out, really.
I guess I'm in the red deployment zone now. Did I tell you there?
Red deployment zone is the attacker. Blue deployment is the... So I get a lot of advantages in this battle, really.
You're going to need them.
So what I'm going to do is, we've got a deployment zone which is 2 circles deep. So essentially it's a 4-inch deployment zone. Unsurprisingly, I'm just going to build up this wall here. They can go within this of your... So you can put your barricades further forward if you need to. But yeah, I'm just going to build up this wall to give me some cover. So Jay's going to place down a barricade.
So this goes inside my deployment zone?
No, it can go anywhere inside the deployment zone.
So that up to there?
Yep.
Okay, so we will put it like so.
Bit of mobile cover from the Custodes there.
Like that, doesn't it? Inside of there. There we go.
It does, yeah. Okay, and on my second one, I'm just going to continue this wall up, really. So I can get my entire army hiding at the start of the game.
And I'm going to put one, so my deployment zone is right up here, so I could put one there.
You could do, yeah.
Which might just give me a little bit of cover.
Because that is within that range of your deployment zone, which is... So the deployment zone edge is kind of through this corner.
So let's do this.
Now, on the other hand, that could go in my favour when I'm getting into cover myself.
It could, yeah.
Okay, so now we need to randomly... Well, not randomly, we pick which of these scouting options that we want to go for. So if you haven't watched the last battle, the scouting options are Fortify. You get to place an additional barricade. I don't know where the other barricades have gone. I'll find those in a second. Infiltrate. You can change one of the orders on your operatives in the first turning point. So when you deploy your guys, you put a order on them. They're either engaged, which is the normal standard order, or they're concealed, which means that they're sneaking around and hiding. They can't shoot, but if they're in cover, essentially you can't shoot them. But normally most turns you can choose what order they've got when they activate. However, in the first turning point, they're stuck with whatever they've got. So that choice will let you change the order of one of them, so you can kind of react to the deployments. And then Recon gives you a free dash with one of your guys, which is only a move of...
Square, isn't it, the dash?
Square, yeah. It's only a small move, but it can get you closer to objective. It can get you in position to start climbing up onto a point in the scenery as well. Yeah. So we'll do that, Jay, I think, by hiding a random number of dice.
So do we do this before we deploy them?
Before we deploy, we do this, yeah.
So 1 is for infiltrate,
1 is for fortify, 2 is infiltrate, 3 is recon.
So weakness dash, infantry exchange order,
We'll do
fortify,
it
spy.
over the board, I reckon.
Okay, I've not decided yet.
You're not decided yet.
Let me think. Okay.
Right, I'm committed. Oh, you've gone for the 3, so you get a free dash, and you will get the first turn as well.
Okay.
Critically. So I get an extra barricade, which I'm gonna. Oh, I don't know where to put this barricade.
There's loads of space over here, man.
There is loads of space over here. You've got the sticks. Sorry. Ooh. Do I go for like a second line of fortifications here?
It's like the Siege of Terror.
It is pretty much, yeah. Yeah, it's super the Death Corps of Creed, trench warfare. So yeah, and then you will get a free dash at the start of the game, so that's pretty cool. So then we deploy.
Okay.
I'm the defender, so I set up my entire force first. So I guess this is where you can kind of try and counter deploy me a little bit.
Yeah, that's useful, and that also is useful because I can react with my dashes as well.
Exactly, yeah. So let's put these down. So
there's lots of factors, isn't there? It's not just the scenery that you've got, because that looks a bit one-sided. But even now, I would say I probably have the advantage in deployment.
That's it, and I think Games Workshop have taken it into account when they've done the deployment maps, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Obviously, in the standard core book missions, you just make your own, so I think these give you some ideas of how you can set up the battlefield to make things a bit easier. Right, I need to have a careful think about what objectives I got as well, because there's certain things that I need to do too. So, I think we're going to put a guy down, and he's going to be concealed. Spoilers, I think the majority of my army is going to be concealed in this first turn because they need to get to places. We will put him there. So we've got a guy with a mining laser. Now that's got the heavy trait, so I can't move and shoot it. So really, he's going to want to get into a position where he can get into a decent firing point. Spoilers. We've got a banner. You can basically give people re-rolls. Again, he's going to be concealed. Now, what I need to do here really is keep my force split across these two sides. Bearing in mind that Jay's got a free dash, where he can maybe get some units into position to shoot me. I don't know if he'll be able to do that immediately at the start of the game, but it's certainly possible based on the fact that you could deploy right on the edge, get a dash, and then start moving people into position. Yep. So I need to be a little bit careful here. I am going to put a couple of guys down here just to give Jay something to think about.
Sacrificial lambs.
So he's going to go there. We've got another guy with a shotgun. He's also going to go there. Now arguably I could have maybe put a bit of cover down there, but I'm lucky in the way that you've not got that many bodies to take out all my targets turn one, so I have got some cannon fodder.
So who gets the first turn? We roll.
You get the first turn because of the
first
option
turn
of what we've picked.
Oh, okay.
Because Recon beats Fortify
Got you.
in the rock paper scissors meta battle at the start of the game.
That is kill team.
That is good. So we've got a Weber. That's going to go there. Now Weber's quite good. He can stun people. Unfortunately, the Custodes can't be affected by the stun special rule, so he's just a Genestealer with a particularly nice gun.
Yeah.
What are very good in combat though are these guys, and I think shooting really is not going to work out for me against the Custodes. So they're both going to go down there in the concealed state. This guy's got a flamer on the model. He's got an auto pistol because I didn't have one built like that, so he's just a normal dude. Then we've got my leader, and we've got a guy with a rock.
So yeah, so there is some things that are secret. So some of the tac ops are you secretly pick a model, but things like leader, that's open sort of information, isn't it? So the leader for me is the guy with the shield.
Yeah.
And your leader is the guy with the orange skirt.
The guy with the orange skirt is indeed my leader. He's a cool dude. Right, okay, so that's my army. They're concealed. They're not necessarily all in cover now, but obviously they might be able to get into cover.
So that's right. So if you're concealed and in cover, I can't target you unless I have the vantage point sort of advantage, which is I'm higher than you. But if you're concealed and in the open like these guys, then that's fair game. They can be shot. They
can be shot. Obviously, there's 3 guys there, and you've only got 4 guys in your army, so the plan is that I'm going to probably lose 1 or 2, but if I can get 1 guy alive, you could potentially still take an objective. Yeah. So I've got a couple of questions after the setup. Anonymous Rex says, have you checked out the Hammer and Bolter episode yet? Yeah, we'll probably talk about that while we're setting up. Look, says, oh nice, interested to see if the bananas are as scary as they look. I assume you mean the banners. They look pretty good because they give you re-rolls. So yeah, they could be pretty tasty.
The guy there's got line of sight there, hasn't he, to those guys?
The guy
You
there.
can shoot over this, can't you?
Yeah, he's not in deployment zone, is he?
That's my deployment zone, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So then we will. So it's 4 inches in it.
Yeah, it's two of them.
2 of them. So move him back a little bit, but I get 3 dash.
What
I've not decided yet. Not decided yet.
So yeah, Hammer Bolter, we've done a write-up over on the website. I'd have a handy link prepared, but I haven't got it on my list, I'm afraid. If you go straight to Sprues and Brews, it'll be the top link on there. Yeah, we saw it. We were invited to a bit of an advanced screening on Thursday and got to see Old Bailey. I really enjoyed it. I put in my write-up that I thought animation was a little less slick than I'd have liked. However, there's a lot of kind of 80s vibes to that episode, so whether that's intentional or not. You enjoyed it, didn't you, Jay?
I really liked it, yeah. So people have seen it now, haven't they?
It is now live. It's been up for an hour now.
Oh yeah, it was brilliant. I mean, geez, it was like being a kid. I mean, we've been playing Warhammer for so long in our lives now, and now we're at that point where they're making cartoons about it. Yeah, it's very good.
The Shovel Master says hello. How are we doing, the Shovel Master? That's an awesome name.
So, my custodians are just going to go all out.
They're just going to go.
There's no point concealing custodians.
And you know that I've already put my entire team in
Conceal,
so I can't shoot with any of these guys. In theory.
I'm sure the Genestealers have some tricks up their sleeves.
Genestealers always have tricks. They always have tricks. So, you win the meta battle for deciding who goes first. So turn 1 will go.
So I get my free dash.
You get your free dash, yeah.
Square, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
One with one operative.
Oh, free dash with one operative.
One operative, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So a single guy. I mean, it gives you a bit of a move out your deployment zone there, which is good.
It does, yeah.
So now what we need to do is start the first turn, and there's a kind of a command phase, for want of a better word, at the start of the turn. We call it I found the proper wording for this. Strategic phase, strategy phase. Initiative phase, sorry, we've decided to kill teams. Then the strategy phase, we then spend command points. So we both start with 2 command points because we've got a leader on the battlefield, and we get 1 at the start of our turn. So we both start with 3.
Where are your orange
command
dice?
points. I know, they are kicking around somewhere.
Right, free command points. Okay.
So as you've got, we'll put the priority token on you, Jay.
Yeah.
As you've got priority, you get to pick first, essentially. In this.
So this is one strategic ploy that we can play. So I will do Peerless Warriors, which means that each of my custodians, when they activate, they can perform up to 2 shoot and 2 fight actions.
Wow, that's really good. That kind of makes your numbers situation a bit better as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm going to use Cult Ambush. Costs me 1. In the first turning point, I can change my order on my guys when I activate them, which means if I need to, I can shoot.
Yeah.
Are you playing another one, Jay?
I'm tempted to.
Ooh, exciting times.
It depends how much damage I'm going to get coming at me this turn.
Now, bear in mind, my entire gang is in the conceal state, but with that stratagem I just played, I could just flip them all to engage when I activate them as well, which is great because at the minute, obviously these guys are still untargetable until I put them into that. Dodge Roller doesn't know who to root for. Anonymous Rex says, needs to start building my 40k terrain. Got to tell you, this new stuff's amazing. I think it is getting released separately outside of the Kill Team box if you aren't picking it up, but that's some of the best and easiest to paint scenery that GW put out for a while.
It's really cool. I can't wait to see what we get in the second Kill Team box that we get in a few months' time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, we don't know if it's a box. We know there's a release every 3 months.
Oh, okay.
So, it might not be an Octarius. It could just be 2 Kill Teams.
Right. Okay.
But I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if it is an Octarius style box with a
Yeah.
battlefield and 2 teams to fight over each other.
That would be amazing. I am going to spend another command point, and I'm going to use it on Aegis of the Emperor, which basically means that until the end of the turning point, each time a critical damage would be inflicted upon a Talons of the Emperor operative from an attack dice, you can choose for that dice to inflict normal damage instead.
That's good. And
So
that's
it's a bit of extra defences.
So you'd still need to negate it with a critical, but it doesn't do the damage of a critical.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. I'm also going to do another one. Lurk in the Shadows. So that costs me 1. We have burnt through these command points pretty early in turn 1. Till the end of the turning point, each time a shooting attack is made against a friendly Brood Coven operative in the roll defense dice step, before rolling their defense dice, if they're in cover and concealed already, they can roll 1 additional dice can be counted as successful. So normally, what you would do is if these guys here, I mean they can't be shot at the minute, but if they were engaged, they would get to count 1 success automatically. With this stratagem, basically they make 2 of their saves straight off the bat, which is really good. And additionally, they can retain 1 dice as a critical save as the result of a cover save instead of a normal one.
That's very good.
So yeah, it
You
gives
get
me
1
a bit of
critical save.
defense.
Is that in addition to that? So you can make 2 saves and 1 can be a critical.
You get they'd get two automatic saves, and then if they roll a save, that becomes a critical save.
Got you.
Making them super defensive.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, unfortunately those guys that's not going to apply for, but the rest of the army should be fairly safe this first turn. Because I need all the bodies I can get. Cool, so that, unless you're playing any more...
No, I'm not playing any more.
We then go on to the Firefight phase. Now what's cool about the Firefight phase in Kill Team is that we alternate actions. So it is important the order that you do things in, because the battle can change quite a bit.
Yeah.
So Jay, what would you like to do for your first
Okay, so let me have a look what we got. In the end... Yeah.
Oh yeah, best look at my objectives, eh? Getting ahead of myself.
Right, there we go. Okay.
Who's everyone supporting in the chat? The wonderful, amazing Genestealer Cult, or the dirty Custodes? They're really not that dirty, though, are they?
The shining gold.
Shining gold.
Those pretty you can get. Right. Okay. I'm going to activate this custodian. He's got a name. He's got about 10 names, but I'm not going to read them all out on the live stream, so it takes too long. So he's going to activate. He gets 4 activations. Adeptus Custodes are beasts, so they get 4 APL. And of course, I've got my Peerless Warriors strategic ploy in effect now, so I can make 2 shoot actions with this guy. Normally, you're restricted to just 1 of each kind of action, aren't you? So he is going to make a shoot action with his Guardian Spear at this fella here.
The fella with the shotgun.
The fella with the shotgun.
Okay. So a neophyte hybrid.
What's that guy? Got a flamer.
He's got a flamer.
What was a melter gun then?
No melter guns.
I've been on the receiving end of a melter gun. So the Guardian Spear gets 4 dice, and it's looking for 2s.
Looking for 2s, okay. Well, they've all hit.
No crits.
No crits.
But 4 hits.
So this could be so we've got defense of 3. I need 5 pluses here, but I think this might be a dead Genestealer Cultist.
It's 3 damage each on the Guardian Spear.
He's only got 7 wounds.
Okay.
So I need to save all of these pretty much. He saves 2 of them.
So just 6 damage.
So just 6 damage. So he's got a single wound left. That is good.
Yeah.
And it was this guy at the back.
It is that guy at the back.
His wounds suffered. So he suffered 6.
Yeah, and he'll be injured, I guess.
And he will be injured, yes. That will reduce his movement, his weapon skill, and his ballistics.
And his APL.
No, just movement, weapon skill, ballistic skill.
Oh, you're not your APL
modifier? Not your APL, no.
Okay. Right, so I've got a decision now whether I finish him off or not.
And this will be your final shot you can do with him.
This guy, yeah.
Like we said, normally you can only do this once per turn, which again is another interesting mechanic because you need to focus your shots then.
Yeah. So we will. I'm going to shoot this operative here with a shotgun.
You're going to shoot that operative, okay?
Oh,
you missed. You did get a critical.
Well, we got a crit, yeah, so that's not too bad.
Okay, so now obviously I'm not in cover to take any advantage of these special abilities that are given on them, but I need to. Well, he's going to have to do something special here. No, he fluffed it all. He is dead.
That is special.
Gun down.
Yeah, so he does 5 damage on a crit, the Custodian Spear, Guardian Spear does.
So he takes, what, about 11 damage?
So, what was it? 1, 5 and 2, yeah, 11 damage. Okay, so that is both of his shoot actions. So he could make 2 fight actions if there was any Genestealer Cults close to him. So now he's going to make a movement. Yep. He gets 3 circles for his move.
He does. So he's going to have to expand one basically to clamber over it.
So he's going to get 2 circles, which will put him there. And what's the range that you have to be?
It's triangle. It has to be within triangle.
Within triangle. So he's going to be just out of range there. To actually get that.
No, I mean, he's pretty tanky. You can, I guess it's whether you move him up the battlefield or not. And this is where the dense terrain, we found it in the last game, you can't necessarily count on being able to get to your position that you need to in one turn.
No, he's got 2 actions left though, actually, thinking about it. So I could do a dash over there. Can you dash over?
Yeah, you can dash over that, but obviously it'll put him basically on the other side of there. He'd be better off moving than doing a dash, maybe.
Yeah, so we will move him then. So he basically gets 2 of these now, not 3. So it's going to put him like there. And then I will move him again. Oh, you can do 1 move, can't you?
You can
so
do
it's
one
just
move,
a dash now. Dash is square, just to get him to there.
Now that will put him in control of that point. So I would need 3 Genestealer Cultists in order to take that, because your AP value of 4.
Yeah.
Which is a shame the guy's dead. So, yep, his token flips over. He is exposed there, though, so we might be able to do something. Don't need to worry about that immediately, I don't think, though. So, we have got some guys that aren't in cover. So it's whether I swap one of my guys to engage and make a shot and try and kill a Custode. I mean, you've got a 2+ save, so that's pretty good.
Hold on. So I have to reveal this one. So you can reveal a stack up when an enemy operative is incapacitated by a shooting attack made by your marksman.
Yep.
Whilst he was within square of my deployment zone, which he was because he only dashed.
Okay.
If any other enemy operatives are incapacitated by another shooting attack made by your marksman, you score 1 victory point.
So you only kill 1 then?
Yeah, so you can reveal a stack up when an enemy operative is incapacitated by a shooting attack made by your marksman while your marksman is wholly within there, which he was, so I've revealed it. So then it says, if any other enemy operatives are incapacitated by another shooting attack made by the marksman, so every time he kills someone he gets a victory point.
Is that turning point?
No, it says, it just says, if any other enemy operatives are incapacitated by another shooting attack made by your marksman, you score 1 victory point, because you can only make 1 shooting attack normally.
You can, yeah.
And then at the end of the battle, if you achieve the first condition and your marksman has not been incapacitated, you score 1 victory point.
Let's see then.
So basically, if he kills someone else, he'll get a victory point, and then if he's alive at the end of the battle, he'll get another victory point.
Cool, that's pretty good.
So he can get 2 victory points.
That's pretty reliable then. He just needs to kill 1 more guy to get a victory point, doesn't he? Okay, cool. So that's him.
He's gone.
So now I know that he's played that. I can try and deny Jay those victory points by taking him out. Now, unfortunately, I haven't got nearly enough firepower to take out a Custodian. You've got a 2+ save. You've got about 18 wounds. It's going to be very difficult to chew through that armour. So, what we might need to do is just sacrifice that point for the time being and focus on evening the numbers a little bit by taking out a Custodian. So what I'm going to do is activate... Maybe. I'm going to activate my Banner Bearer and do his Aura ability. Yeah. He's going to make a move action, staying in cover, and he's going to activate his banner to give an aura ability that anyone within square can reroll a dice while making a shooting or fighting attack. It's a single dice.
So that's his 2 actions?
So that's his 2 actions.
Okay. I was expecting some firepower to be coming across there. Okay, no, that's cool. Right then, so... Okay. I'm wondering whether to start getting a lead on this thing, and then anyone you activate to shoot him can be shot by this guy.
What? So Overwatch you can only do once per operative.
Yes, sorry, I mean, I've not activated this guy yet. So if I move this guy, you're going to have to change one of those orders to engaged, which will mean this guy, when he activates, will be able to shoot.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yes, I know. I get the. But then it's. I can get there and get a point this turn potentially, but it does leave my guy quite exposed. But I've got to get there eventually. So if I get there this turn or next turn, when you're on there, and then I can sort of counter. I have to look after my custodians, that's the thing.
Yeah, you can't afford to lose a single model, I guess.
No.
They are very, very strong, and in theory it's going to take a lot of firepower for me to kill one, but if I get lucky with criticals, then it could go downhill pretty quickly.
Yeah, and the thing here as well is I'll be moving my custodian guard here, and then he's basically got to soak a potential shot from every single one of those Genestealers. Whereas if I bring him out later in an activation, which is actually a luxury that I won't have, you're always going to have an advantage in terms of ganging up on a custodian. So it's whether I just go and force you to change into your.
As I see, my basic guys can basically. That guy was lucky to be alive. Really, they can't weather that much firepower.
No. The problem I've got here is I can't actually shoot anything with this guy. There's no valid targets for him to make any unless I can get up to a point.
Which I think you're probably a little bit far away to clamber up somewhere.
Well, I could dash.
So it'd take two to get
dash and then move.
And then move to get up. Yeah, it would take you a whole. Well, you've got more activations.
And I've got 2 more activations. Yeah. Unfortunately, his gun is only that range. So if I did get there, I'd have to move again. Oh, you can only move once. Yeah, so he's not going to be able to shoot anything. But then he would potentially. I could shoot these guys.
Christopher Benston says, "Glory to the 4-armed Emperor." Yes, that dead Genestealer Cultist was just a sacrifice for our Star Lords that will come and consume this entire planet in a bit.
Okay, what we're going to do then, for the time being, because that you're not threatening that yet, so I'm going to move him into cover.
He's going to move into cover. Okay, that's one action.
Actually. So you have to get in triangle. So I could move, do me doofer, and then dash.
You could do, yeah.
So we'll do that. Let's be clever. So it's going to be a move, 1. This is the only thing I don't like about this. So move is basically 3 of them in it. That's better.
Yeah, I think the thing with this, it's easy to represent moving around things, isn't it? Because technically you'd have jinked to the side there, then that way, and then that way, rather than a straight line.
But I mean, we're okay there.
Yeah.
Right, so he's going to go there. I'm going to use a second action on to search the scrap heap.
Yep, so that puts you on a victory point.
And I roll a dice, and we find out whether this orc trinket is underneath this scrap pile. It's not.
It is not.
And then what we're going to do is a dash, which is the square, which will take me to there. So at least I'm getting out of line of sight of a few things there.
Yeah.
And that's him activated because I can't shoot anything. Well, there's no targets to shoot anyway. So the next 2 actions are just going to be forfeit for him. Other than the last 1 action, I guess.
So, problem I've got here for taking this objective, I'm a little bit far away to be able to get my guys. Obviously, because I've got the barricade in the way, and I think even if it was just on the edge of my deployment zone, without anything there, it's going to be a struggle to get that far. So, like you, it's going to be a game of getting into position for future turns.
Yeah.
Now, again, if I get close enough to be able to shoot this guy, I do leave myself exposed as well. And, we don't want to be exposing ourselves. So, I think what we're going to have to do, Jay, is switch this guy to an engaged order. He will activate.
Here comes the mining laser.
We'll just swing that round there and take a shot at him. You're not in cover there, unfortunately.
No, I have the Emperor's cover in front of me.
The Emperor's cover. So a mining laser gets 5 dice.
Oh heck.
It is heavy, so I can't move and shoot basically.
Yeah.
So this is going to be his thing. We are within range of the banner, so we can re-roll the dice as well.
Yep.
It's hitting on 4s. It is AP 1, so you will lose a defense dice. Yep. What we want is lots of 6s here to kill this guy dead. Ooh, okay. This is pretty good. We've got a critical.
Okay.
And we've got 4 successful hits.
So, I just get 2 dice now then, not 3. I'm looking for a 2+ on these.
Yep.
There's nothing else I can... Oh, you can change one of your normal saves to a critical save. So what does a critical do?
One of your normal... So critical means that you can only stop it with a critical.
Yeah, I have
It also does an additional point of damage.
That's what I was asking. So I've got a tactical ploy I can play, which will make one of these saves into a critical save if I roll it. But I wanted to know... I already ignore the damage from a critical for my strategic ploy.
So which one was that, sorry?
So my strategic ploy, Aegis of the Emperor... each time critical damage would be inflicted upon a friendly Talons of the Emperor operative from an attack dice, you can choose that attack to be
normal. Just ignore it. It's still just the damage.
Yeah. But does it have any other effects on a
Not for this weapon. Some weapons will do additional things on a critical.
So I don't need to spend this point, basically. I don't need to say... That's basically treated as a regular...
For the purposes of this, yeah.
So I'm just looking for 2s. So I've saved 2.
Yep.
So 3 get through.
Yep, you take 15 damage.
Woof! So he is... it's wounds suffered, is it?
Wounds. I mean, we could do wounds remaining.
I'll do wounds remaining for me, yeah.
I'll put this down to 1.
So he has
a lot more wounds.
He has 3 wounds left.
And he's bleeding out.
But he ignores injuries. This operative cannot be injured.
Oh, nice.
And ignores any modifiers to his APL. And he's not affected by stun.
Cool. So yeah, so he's not bleeding out then.
No.
It hurts though.
Very badly hurt.
Cool, and that is my activation.
Okay. So yes, so now the mining laser has shown himself. I think I best try and shoot him.
Oh, somebody's in the chat. Andrew Jr. says, what does Ceaseless do? Ceaseless is a rule on the heavy stubber, which I haven't got here. Ceaseless does... Each time a friendly operative fights in combat or makes a shooting attack, in the roll attack dice step of that combat, you can re-roll any or all of your results of 1. That's pretty good.
That's good. That's on his mining laser.
That's on the heavy stubber if you have that.
Oh, on the heavy stubber, yeah. Okay. So we'll activate this guy next. And what we'll do, he's already pretty damaged here. I can use him to maybe bait out a bit more firepower perhaps. So if we move him into cover, which gives him a bit more protection. And then he will, I think, shoot your mining laser. So he gets 4 attacks. Looking for 2s.
So you can't be injured, did you say?
Yeah, I can't be injured.
Where's that? Oh, you can't be injured yet. That's pretty cool.
So he's going for your mining laser.
Yep, now obviously he is in cover.
So looking for 2s. So all hits.
4 shots, that's pretty good. So obviously my guy will get, with my stratagem, 2 successful saves already.
Yep.
And then my final dice doesn't know. So that's how much damage does that do?
Just for... so you'll be taking 6 damage in total.
So you've got 2 wounds left, which is brutal.
And I think we'll shoot him again.
That's a really powerful ability.
Yeah.
Considering you don't get any modifiers for being wounded either.
No, that's it, yeah. I'm thinking make the most of this guy while he's still alive.
Is that for the entire battle, right?
For the turning point, yeah. Until the end of the turning point, each time a friendly Adeptus Custodes operative is activated, it can perform up to 2 shoot and 2 fight actions. 2 shoot and fight actions during that.
That's really good. That's really, really good.
So
again, he makes 2 successful saves. Oh, I need you to roll some 1s here, really, don't I?
No.
So I can't stop it, he's dead.
So he'll be dead, yeah.
Splat. That is not good for the Genestealer Cultists.
That was a brutal weapon. A Custode killer.
Well, yeah, I mean, it did its job. It's a shame it didn't get that extra dice through and finish him off.
Yeah. Because
that would have really scuppered your plans. Okay. There's a big hole in my battle line now where he was standing.
It'll make you think twice about... well, actually, you're pretty good now. You can probably safely flick all them to engage. However, I will get some Overwatch, potentially, from this guy, if he's still alive.
If that guy's still alive.
Yeah.
Now, the problem I've got, a lot of my weapons have only got a range of that.
Mm.
So I can't actually shoot you with anyone else there. So what we're going to have to do, I think... And you've still got a guy to activate around that corner as well. So what we're going to do is... Go with this guy first. I'm going to move. He's still in cover there.
Move. That's a Kriegor dog.
He is going to roll that down to 3.
Have you found the Orc What's-It?
Have I found the Orc What's-It is the question.
Oh, yes!
I have. So we'll punch out a token. He has found...
What is it, man? What have you found in there? Some
flag,
squid
apparently.
poop.
It's some high-tech weaponry that we're going to need to save the day. So he's got this. He gets victory points.
It's another mining laser!
He also gets an additional victory point for getting it. And then at the end of the game, if he's still holding that, he could... Well, so at the moment that's on the floor. He hasn't picked it up yet.
Got you, yeah.
If he's picked it up at the end of the game, it's worth 3.
Yeah.
If I'm controlling it, it's worth 2.
Yeah.
But that's giving me a bit of a head start there on points. And he is still in cover there because he's got the conceal order on him as well. So let's just change the...
Oh, is this cover? Is it this thing here?
They are. If you're within it, you're
okay,
in cover, yeah.
Cool.
Let me just switch the score to 2. Oh, I've got this the wrong way around. No, Custodes 2. So... That is my activation there.
I've only got 1 victory point so far, I think.
You've only got 1 victory point, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I've only got this guy to do. So, in terms of charging, you can still charge a concealed.
So charging, you're gonna have to. You're not gonna be able to charge from there, Jay, because that is a longer move basically.
Is it square to charge?
It is your move plus charge is move characteristic plus an additional circle. So you're not going to be able to charge him there.
And you can't do a move and a charge.
You can't do a move and a charge.
Could you do a dash and a charge?
Can't you can just charge.
Oh right.
So charge cannot be performed with a normal move, dash or fall back.
Okay, so he's not going to be able to get there this turn. So maybe what we can do is get up here and shoot. And that also gives me some options then for coming across and shooting your guys in there. So if I do a dash to the wall there,
yep,
and then a move and come across here and shoot that guy, I think. So we will do that. Although I could just come round, because then I can do some charges on next turn. But I can't. Yeah, this is it. If I get up here, I can shoot him. If I come here, I can't shoot him because he's concealed and in cover.
You're within an inch of the same piece, though.
So you can shoot him.
You can shoot him.
So then that makes sense just to go straight here, then, doesn't it? So move. Yeah, okay. Can I borrow that one?
Yeah, yes, sorry.
Cheers, man. All right, so let's. Yeah, so I have to move and then do a dash. So
that's 2 activations.
Dash to there, and then we'll shoot him.
So because we're both within that of the same terrain piece, I don't get the benefits of that anymore.
Right.
This is your 3rd action.
So hang on though. So can I shoot him still? Oh, the cover's basically negated, so he's just got a conceal token.
He's just got a conceal token. As far as I'm aware, because you're within range of that, I don't count this. Let me just double check that. But I think because you're within range of that, that same piece of scenery, for line of sight cover.
Otherwise, I've got to get up here, haven't I, to get vantage point.
So, if the intended target is concealed, it has to be visible, not obscured, and not in cover. Now, because I'm fairly certain if you're within circle of the cover, I don't get it. Yeah. So if you are within that of there,
right,
I don't get the benefits of it because you're in that same piece.
Right. Okay.
But I am. Yeah. So I'm still within triangle of that though. So if I had been further from triangle, you would have been able to shoot me. But because I am, you're not going to be able to do anything to me there. In the same way, if you're up there.
So if I go up here, then I'll be okay.
So vantage point ignores the cover, doesn't it? Vantage point. Each enemy operative on a vantage point makes a shooting attack. Each enemy that has a conceal order that is in cover provided by light terrain or operative and is at least that lower than them, which he is. is treated as having engaged. So yeah, up there you'd be able to shoot him. There you won't.
So we'll put him there then, and then we'll make a shooting attack against him.
Yep. So you've done 2 actions so far to get up there.
Yeah, a dash and a move. So we're looking for 2s. So we've got 1 crit.
Yep.
And 3 hits.
Yep. Now, obviously, I'm not concealed, but I still am in cover.
Yeah.
So I get 2 automatic passes.
Yep.
So I'm not dead, I don't think.
So those have gone.
Well, I'd hold 5 because a critical I might be able to take out 2 of your successful ones. It isn't a critical, so 2 of them go through.
So the crit goes through.
Yep.
Which is 5 damage, and then 3 damage.
So he's dead. Splat.
But that's all I can do. I can't see any other targets there. So he will finish activating at that point. You can see the what's it thingy down there, but he can't get to it.
Okie dokie. Now I should have used that last command point to re-roll that. Just thinking about it.
Yeah.
Let me just try. Yes,
Ooh.
which would have negated the critical.
So what
So
would
he would only take 3 damage.
3 damage, yeah. Okay. So then I will shoot him again with my last.
Because you can. Again, I passed 2 of them automatically.
So no crits, but 4 hits.
So that's not enough to stop him, so he dies. That is a really strong ability, being able to... I don't know if that's too strong, being able to shoot twice per guy.
Yeah, I guess it's to counter the fact that you've only got 4 guys. So now you're going to be able to activate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
But then each of these guys are going to shoot again, and they're going to get shot, aren't they?
Yes, the ones that are in range will shoot again.
So that's scary. They're pretty good. So we need to be careful here.
Put the fear of the Emperor into.
All your guys have activated now, haven't they?
We have.
So every time one of my guys activates, somebody else is potentially going to be able to shoot them.
Well, I can just activate one of my guys to shoot.
Just shoot.
Yeah.
Just shoot. So, what do we want to do here? Bearing in mind that we don't know what priority order is going to be as well. Okay, you know what? He's going to go first. Yeah. Oh, just his movement. He's going to go first. 1, 2, 3 to there. That is activation. He is concealed and he's in cover, so you can't shoot him.
Can't shoot that guy.
But you can activate one of your guys for Overwatch.
Yes. So really, the only target I've got here is that guy.
Yep.
So we will shoot him.
So he's doing an Overwatch, okay?
So we're looking for 2s. So 1 crit and 2 misses.
Okay, so I could survive this if I'm lucky.
Oh,
yes,
look at that for a roll.
Wow, okay, I wasn't expecting him to survive that. That's really good, because it means that he can activate.
That's 1 lucky Genestealer Cultist.
That's 1 very lucky Genestealer Cultist. And he's got a shotgun. Where's the long stick on it? Is there? So I could start doing shots. So he's lost a movement because he's injured, and he isn't close enough to that. Well, he is still. I mean, you know he's dead anyway. He's going to flip to engage and just open up with his shotgun.
Okay.
So the shotgun does 4 dice.
Is it that range, a shotgun?
Yeah, it should be just in range there.
Yeah.
Just. Obviously he's -1 because he's injured, so I need 4s here. If I get really lucky, I could be able to do some damage to this Custodes.
Okay. Oh, there's a crit there.
So that's a crit and a normal one.
So what does the crit do? Anything extra?
So crit does nothing extra for this weapon now.
Okay, so I get 3 dice. One of them's automatically retained for being
in cover. Yeah.
So that's that one. And then I'm looking now for a crit basically to stop that, which I don't get.
So you take 3 damage.
So I treat it as normal damage.
Yeah, it's just 3 damage.
Just 3 damage, is it? Yeah. Okay. So, which means he's got 15 wounds left.
Got some d20s if you want to use those.
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, I mean he was dead anyway, so I really had to. Oh, Overwatch is -1 to hit. Somebody's pointed out because Custodes hit on 2+ anyway.
Hit on 2, yeah.
So yeah, there we go.
Got so 3 damage, so 15 wounds left. Okay.
There we go. So we've scratched him. If he bleeds, we can kill him. And I thought it was worth the shot. Now obviously he's activated, so one of your guys can do an Overwatch shot.
That was that, wasn't it?
No. So you.
Oh yeah, you shot. Of course.
You did an Overwatch, and then I've activated, and now you need to do an Overwatch with one of your guys.
Oh yeah, but he can't do it. That's right. Yeah, sorry. Yes.
But I don't think any of your other guys can actually.
No, I've not got any shots here, so I can't do anything at the moment.
So my next activation. Now here's where I can start bringing some people up in numbers, maybe. 1, 2, 3. Dash under there where you can't see him. And we don't know who's got priority next turn either. Move over there. Not enough to go up. Dash and then move. I think what we have to do, Jay, is get underneath the floor. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3 round here, and then just kind of dash deeper into the thing. So you've got to come down if you want to face me. Okay. Again, you're probably in a position where nothing can Overwatch.
No, nothing can Overwatch yet. I need one of those rammer things to make some.
You do, yeah. This guy's gonna. Again, I'm a little bit far away to be because basically it takes 2 movement to get up there plus an additional one to get onto it. So really, you need to be within circle of it or within dash of circle of it to get in range of it, which I don't think I am. Unfortunately, I could get, or maybe. But I don't want to leave myself too exposed here. So what we're going to do is. You can only make 2 shooting attacks, can't you?
3 shooting attacks.
No, sorry, with each guy. With your,
yeah.
And that's with the stratagem, isn't it?
That's with the strat, yeah.
Okay, and you've only got 1 point, but you get another point next turn. Okay. Let us move this. This guy's going to move over here. Oh, but he could be able to shoot me then. He is going to hop over here. He's going to move. Oops. Move. And do I just try and get a victory point and then get shot? Yeah.
And we don't search anymore, do we?
Don't search anymore, so I get another victory point. Just to try and get some, because I'm going to lose some bodies, whatever I do here. And if I can get some victory points up, I might be able to get enough of a lead.
Yeah, so okay.
So you can Overwatch with one of your guys.
Yeah, so this guy's going to take a shot. So he gets...
Obviously he's still concealed because he's still within range of that. In fact, he is within range of that, isn't he? So he's actually safe there.
So I can't shoot him.
That guy could if you can draw a line of sight.
Right.
Which he should be able to there, I think.
No, it's okay. I'll save him.
You're going to save him, okay.
Yeah.
Now obviously he's within charging distance there and move and shoot him.
What is it? It's within circle of the...
Within circle?
Because I'm within circle of that scenery piece as well.
Yeah, but it basically, if I'm within circle of that, it's just...
Oh, of course, yeah. No, you're right. It's the same as up there, isn't it? I have to climb up. Yeah, that's cool.
I'm sorry, within triangle. I mean, within triangle as well. Oops. You have to be... If you were within circle of that and he was further away, then it gets you being cover there. Because he's just close enough. Obviously, he's very exposed there, but it's a point, so I had to go for it. Weather guy is a bit useless on the grounds of his special ability doesn't actually affect Custodes. So I wonder, do I just try and get him over this side of the board? This guy's going to move. He's going to move. Like, there, dash under here. It's like 1, 2, 3, and a dash, yeah. He's going to run around here.
Okay, I can't see anything. I can probably see that guy though. I might take a shot at that guy.
Can you see him?
I think so.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff in the way there. Like that barricade you can't see through.
I can't see over that.
Well, it's obscured, isn't it? I think you'd struggle to draw a line of sight with him from where he's standing once he was further a bit. This guy is going to dash. Oops. And then move.
So you can go and pick that up next turn and run off. Kind of. You've got another guy under there, though, haven't you? Could get
I've got
that.
a guy underneath there, and I've got 2 guys here that I haven't activated yet.
Yeah. I'm going to take the opportunity to shoot that guy while I can see him.
Somebody says, can't 2 successes turn to the crit? Yeah, that's a point. So you shouldn't really remove any dice from the tray because you can use 2 normal ones to get rid of the critical one.
Right. Yeah, so we'll shoot this guy.
You're going to shoot that guy,
with
okay?
the Guardian Sphere.
-1.
So a crit and a hit.
And then we need to try and stop some damage here. That is just nothing. So he takes how much damage?
A crit and hit, 8 damage.
He's dead. Splat. Okay, so that's him dead, but that's all your Overwatch done for
These
those
2
guys.
can Overwatch, those 2 have Overwatched.
So this guy's going to move, dash. This guy's going to move, dash. And I think that is everything we can do there.
Yeah.
Was there anything we could do here? Not yet.
So I kill 4 of your guys, so I can reveal this one. Reveal this tack up at the end of any turning point which more enemy operatives than friendly operatives were incapacitated during that turning point.
Yep.
At the end of the battle, if more enemy operatives than friendly operatives were incapacitated during 2 or more turning points, you score 1 VP. At the end of the battle, if more enemy operatives than friendly operatives were incapacitated during 3 or more turning points, you score an additional VP.
Okay, so that's good. That's potentially worth 2 over the course of the game then.
Yeah. So I'm going to put a marker on it so we know.
1.
I got 1 in turning point 1. I was okay.
Cool. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So that's the first turning point over. Lot of losses on the Genestealer Cults side, but I've got 3 victory points. I could do with starting to accrue some more points here. So we're all off to see who gets the initiative in the second turning point.
Come on,
Genestealers.
Hey.
So it is the Custodes. So you retain initiative.
And
We both generate 1 command point.
yeah. And
Switch all these back.
there's a few options for me now. So yeah, okay. So these all flip over. You're right.
You'll go up here.
There is a lot of Genestealers.
There's not as many Genestealers as there was last turn.
No.
As we see, they pretty much can't survive a round of shooting from a Custodian, especially when you can shoot twice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm going to activate that again because that was very good. So that's 1 command point to activate that. Now the question is whether I use my next command point to activate the critical damage. A lot of your things really didn't do much. There's no extra effects on critical, was there?
It's really just my core combat stuff that does extra stuff in critical.
Which potentially we're going to see some combat this turn.
Maybe.
Potentially.
Maybe.
So it could be worth doing. Yes, so I will. I need all my guys alive. So I've got no command points left. Oh, I'll be taking turns, don't we? Sorry. I've used 1. I've used the Peerless Warriors.
So I'm going to... Do I do Lurk and Shadows again? Because that could potentially save me here. Yeah, I'm going to do Lurk and Shadows. I need to remember that with that, I can turn a normal save into a critical save as well. For the guys in cover.
Yes.
Which is majority of my team at the minute. Apart from that guy, I think it's just... He's probably not getting the benefit. So, yep, so that's my command point, and then you're spending your other command point on...
To negate the critical damage.
So we spent all our command points again.
Okay, so God.
Any cards that you reveal at the start of the turn, or...?
Nope.
No, neither am I. Okay, so your first operative.
So, I'm thinking down here...
Oh, flip the guy under the scenery piece. Thank you for that. I've got a big camera in the way just above it. Cheers.
I was thinking here... Shooting. And then charging. And then fighting twice.
Okay.
So I can potentially kill 3 people if I get lucky here.
Potentially.
That's his wounds, isn't it?
There's 1 wound left.
Yeah. And then I can sort of sit here and...
But you can't move and charge.
No, but a charge is your movement and a dash at the end?
No, it's four. It's an additional
4 circles. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3. So that will get me there. So
you can't move within engagement range until you charge.
Yeah. So I was going to shoot, then charge.
Okay.
And then fight twice.
Okay.
So we'll shoot this Genestealer at the back.
Okay. Come on, Genestealer, you can do this. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. So 2 normal, 3 critical. He's not in cover there. We stop one of the criticals, but then the rest does a load of damage to him, doesn't it?
6 damage, fight 11 damage.
Which I don't think he's got that many wounds. He's got 8 wounds, so he is dead. Splat.
So that gets me a victory point.
Only at the end once you've killed. Oh, that's for him. Sorry,
that's for him, yeah. So I'll put,
and then if he's still, so I'll put a victory point on here, and then at the end of the game, if he's still alive, you get an additional.
I get an additional one, yeah. Okay, and then he's going to charge.
Okay. So has he got enough movement to make that charge all the way to there?
Yeah, yeah.
Bear in mind that
it was four of them.
Okay, yeah, because obviously he'd have to go kind of round.
Yeah, I did that.
Okay.
And then he's going to attack. He's going to attack.
Bear in mind that if you're fighting 2 people, I'm going to get bonuses to my hit.
I assume a custodian can handle himself in a fight. So I'm going to fight this character here.
You're going to fight this guy here.
That guy there.
Okay, so with his gun butt, he gets 3 dice. I believe I get +1 because I've got a friendly in combat too.
Who's brave enough to stick around when a superhuman.
Combat support. Improve the weapon skill by 1 for each friendly. So basically my guy is hitting on 3s now.
Okay, I'm hitting on 2s and I have lethal 5+, which means 5 pluses I think are criticals for me.
Yep. On your melee weapon.
Yeah.
You get 5 attacks.
Yeah.
Ouch.
So I've got 2 crits there and 3 hits.
And 3 hits. Okay, so how much damage do you do?
So the crit will do 7 damage.
How do the normal ones?
The normal one does 5.
Okay, so there's no point parrying any of these blows. I do a crit. Okay, obviously you get to choose first though, so you can use one of your dice to either parry a blow or do some damage.
Yeah, so your crits don't count as crits for me. Do you do special on your crit actually? You would get the first...
I do an additional damage.
Which you wouldn't in this case, because of my age.
I only do damage 2 or damage 3 with me other attack.
So I could parry that with that.
Yep. And then I can't do anything with those 2s and then you kill me.
Yeah, so I'll do that.
Yeah, that's the sensible solution there. I've got nothing to change that either, have I? So he is dead, unfortunately. It's a shame I couldn't get one of those through.
No, these guys are brutal, because I get to fight again now.
So you get to make another fight action, don't you? That's your 4th action.
This is my last action, so on this fella here.
Yep.
So just 1 crit. Oh, 2 crits and 2 misses.
3 6s there I could do with. Nope. So you kill him.
Yeah, so he'll be dead. That's 14, 19 damage.
Yeah.
Could have killed his custodian with that roll.
So yeah, they're very strong, these custodians,
yeah,
aren't they?
They are. They're easily a match for any or multiple operatives, aren't they? I mean, this is our only 2nd game, so I think after this, I mean, if it continues like this, Kill Team is quite a swingy game. We found that like you're able to get back into it and things like that, but maybe the custodians will be parked after this game until they get a proper Kill Team roster.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we haven't played, but yeah, there's some strategic things we're probably doing wrong, some rules things we're probably doing wrong at some point as well. Specifically, can you charge through an enemy's 1-inch control zone? So yeah, you basically, because he did the charge, he can charge both of them, but he would have to have enough. That's why I think maybe it was he would have to kind of go round and get into it there.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to charge past that guy because you'd have to charge into him. I think you had enough movement to do that though.
Yeah.
Just if my guy had been a bit further here, I don't think you'd be able to stay outside of the control zone of him. You'd have to hit the first guy.
Do you have to charge a single target or?
Yeah, so you charge a target. You can't get anyone into anyone else's control zone.
Right, so you can't do multi-charges then?
There you could because you were... Let me check that because that doesn't make a massive difference. I'm fairly certain that you can hit them both. You must finish the move with engagement range of an enemy operative.
Which I did.
If it moves within engagement range of an enemy operative, if no other friendly operatives are in range, blah, 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 blah.
You must be able to, because you could get the supporting rule.
Yeah, you could obviously charge in with somebody though.
Oh yeah, of course, at a later point.
Yeah, I'm sure as long as you charge, you can go into engagement range of people, and because he's got a big enough base, he could hit them both. So yeah, that was pretty brutal. He is bleeding, and you haven't got that objective this turn as well.
No, not got
critically.
this objective, no.
So my first action.
Just keep those 3 in a separate pile.
I'm not killing 3 Custodes this turn.
Okay.
Realistically. But it's all about the objectives, isn't it?
You've got the loot. You've got to get that swag out of there. That's 3 victory points, isn't it?
It is, but do I necessarily need to do that?
Not this turn. You can just grab that at the end, can't you, potentially?
Yeah.
With your last activation, which is the advantage you've got.
Now I have got a big drill thing here that could do some damage to your guy. A heavy rock cutter, lethal 5+, damage 5, damage 7 on a critical.
I'll be ignoring that 7.
So was that one of your stratagems?
Yeah.
So but
You'll still be doing 5 to me on 5+.
Again, I only get 4 attacks though, and odds on you'd be able to block some of them, and then the guys
I have
exposed
the
and dead.
5+ rule as well, yeah.
So, I think what we're going to do is first of all activate this fella, and you're not within range of that objective,
No.
so he's just going to search that again for another victory point. I think we need to stay on target and do as much we can victory point wise here. So that puts me on 4. Okay, and then his second activation. I mean, has he got a gun? I don't know if he's got a gun. He is an acolyte leader.
Oh, is that your leader?
Yep. I don't think he's got a gun. Acolyte leader. Also pistol, hand flamer, and lash whip, court bone, sword, clawed, core knife, and claw. So he's got a bone. What's he got? A bone sword and a whip, hasn't he? So, I mean, really. Also pistol, hand flamer, or lash whip. Colt bone sword, claw, colt knife, and claw. He's got a whip, hasn't he? So it'd be that option maybe.
He's got a whip.
So whip and pistol will be. So we will. Do we just shoot?
He's concealed then.
Your guy. Oh, he is concealed. He is concealed. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. He is going to. Oh. He's going to move. Because he's fairly safe up there.
Yeah, he is.
Right, your activation.
Okay.
Because there's only 1 search left on that point as well.
There is, yeah.
It looks as I think the way for the Genestealer Cults to win is keep the mining layers alive as long as possible. Yes, it is. The problem is, as soon as I shoot, because you could shoot me twice, meant that really you could just keep pouring fire onto him. I could have potentially kept him safe for longer.
So we can get him to there, and then I can make a shoot action against
So,
him.
so how many actions will it be to get him to there?
It'll be a dash and a move.
Dash. I don't know if he'll be able to do it in a dash and a move because obviously he's going to need. Will a dash bring him in?
A dash brings.
Brings him in there, then he can move. Yeah, that's fine.
So it gets him.
So that's 2 actions, and this is where Custodes have an advantage because a lot of forces that would be their entire activation.
Yeah. And like with that strategic ploy, he can now shoot twice.
Yeah.
So he's basically like three operatives.
Yeah.
Doing stuff there. So he's going to shoot your leader.
He's going to shoot my leader. Okay. Ouch.
He gets 4 dice. He's hitting on 2s.
Oh, there's some 1s in there.
Oh, so 3 hits.
Let's get some lucky defence rolls. He's only got 5+ save, so 2 go through, and they do what? 4 damage each.
They do 3 damage each.
So he's got 3 wounds left.
And then we'll shoot him again.
Yep.
So that's 3 hits.
Ooh, there is a 6. So unfortunately, I do have a command point left. I used it, didn't I? So I can use the 6 to basically stop 2 of them.
Yeah.
Which I think I forgot earlier in the battle. Unfortunately, because he's only got a 5+ save, the last one goes through and kills him, doesn't it? And I mean, command points left to do it, which is a shame.
Of course, yeah. I see what you mean. You could have re-rolled it.
Yeah, well, before I think we took the dice out before we'd worked out what we wanted to do with them.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
And he was your leader.
He was my leader.
So that gets me a victory point for Headhunter. You score 1 victory point when the enemy leader is incapacitated.
Okay.
If it is the first or second turning point, you score 1 victory point as well.
So it is the second turning point, so you get 2 additional points, putting you on 4. But you've scored a lot of your
I've scored
cards now, haven't you?
I've potentially, yeah, that's it. I can get an extra victory point from this one, and potentially I can get an extra victory point from that one.
Okay. So that's your activation though, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, so if he's alive, that's a victory point, and then this one's worth 2 extra victory points over the next 2 turns. That one's gone now. So I'll turn that over. That's not achievable anymore.
Okay, let's do... We're running out of Genestealers is the problem, unfortunately. So this guy... Do we just charge you? Charge with the guy underneath the building. I think I'm going to have to try and... I can get lucky. So he's going to charge.
Where'd you come from?
And obviously you're going to go into engaged status there.
Yeah, so you change your order, don't you, when you activate
From
the
the
model?
from the second battle round you can change the order.
Really cool. There's so many different things to be thinking about, like, strategically.
Now I just need to pray that this works out, because in theory I can kill him, but
Yeah.
if I don't, then he's probably dead himself. So, we get the big old mining saw, is that? Mining claw.
It looks impressive.
Heavy rock cutter. 4 dice. It is lethal 5+ as well. Okay, so...
Oh, you've done much better than me.
So what have you got here?
So I've just got 3 hits.
You've got 3 hits, okay.
And you've got 2 crits.
And you negate the effects of the critical, don't you?
I negate the damage from the critical.
You negate the damage. And what damage do you do? 3?
With these I do 5.
First, so I have to really block your attacks to not take any damage here then, because you ignore the criticals. Because 2 of those go through, it kills me.
Right.
Now I can obviously do some damage to you, but it's the 7 damage that I really need to do. Oh, that's annoying. That's annoying. So I guess... we do... Because there's no point in me blocking even one of these, because the other 2... I could block 2 of them, I suppose, and only take 5 damage, but then I only do 5 damage back to you. Where I could have done with that spike of 7 damage. Where if I don't block any, I can do 10 damage to you.
But you're dead.
But I'm dead. But I'm going to be dead anyway when he punches me back. Probably.
Yeah, well, he's not activated yet.
Yeah. With those 7s, I could potentially have killed him. So, what do we do? It's a 2+. It's so good.
Yeah.
And it's 5 damage each base.
The spear is 5 damage base, 7 on a crit.
Okay. So, what we do then is... do we keep him alive or do we do as much damage as I can? I can do 15 damage.
I mean, the thing you can think about here, actually, and it's complete, is you could parry, keep him alive, because that then means in my activation I have to fight him and deal with him. Whereas if you do damage to me, you can't kill me, I'll kill you, and then in my turn you've got...
But you've got 4 activations, so you just kill him and then shoot somebody else. It's not as much of a penalty for sticking him in combat.
Yeah.
So I may as well... I can do, potentially, 15 damage to you here.
Yeah.
Can I? No, I can only do a maximum of 10 damage.
Well, you attack me once, you do a maximum of 10 damage.
I do a maximum of, regardless of what I do. It's a shame, if you didn't have that ability to stop that, I could do some extra damage with that.
Yeah.
And even if I stop one of them, it makes no difference anyway.
No, because I only have to get 2 of those hits through, don't I? Yeah.
So, do we parry with 1? Do we make a difference? I do 5 damage. 5 damage, do you?
At least you get some damage through.
Stay on target. Stay on target. You've got, how many wounds have you got? 17?
18.
18. So much damage to chew through. Okay, so the first one, I'll parry one of your dice.
Okay.
What are you doing with yours?
Interesting. I will parry one of your dice.
Okay. I am going to implant you for 1 victory point. So you've got a horrific creature growing in your chest.
You didn't tell me that could happen.
It is a secret objective. So that gets me a victory point. It doesn't do any damage, but it gets me a victory point.
So then with my last dice, I'll just, I'm not happy about that, so I'll slice your arm off.
And I get, so I've got 2 wounds left, 3 wounds left. So you have been implanted. The objective is, if I, you know what? If I do 2 other enemy operatives, I get an additional victory point. I don't think I'm going to implant another 2, but it is an extra precious victory point.
Yeah, and that's how you win games.
So he's possibly going to die here, but he could get lucky with some 6s.
Yeah, and you basically...
I couldn't kill you. I could weaken you, but I guess in the long game, there's no. Most armies, there's a benefit to tipping you over that wounds threshold.
Yeah.
Doesn't really affect the Custodes, so getting a victory point and potentially tying him up might make a difference.
One of my activations now has got to be to fight this guy.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
you've
So
basically got a
forced your
victory
hand a
point
little
and
bit there.
one of my precious activation points.
But I've only got 4 guys left.
And in your next battle, potentially, you've got a Genestealer Cults Custodian running around.
This is true. So yeah, you've been implanted. So that's my first victory point scored. So that is my
I am not happy about
2
that.
activations there. Who's going next?
So you've already searched this, haven't you? So that's safe this
I
turn.
can't search that again. You can.
Yeah, I can. Okay.
I haven't searched this one, and obviously the objective's just down there as well.
Yeah. So really, I want to activate him last. But he needs to be in a position where he can shoot whatever's coming for that objective. So it's whether I get this guy on the point, but then this guy can't do anything else because they're all concealed. The only way he can shoot is if he gets up here. So he could move, objective. You could dash, objective, move up there, shoot. And that puts him in a good position then for Overwatch. So that's what I'll do. So he's going to dash to there.
Yep.
He's going to search the objective.
Yep, so that gives you a victory point, so I'm 5 apiece.
He's going to move up here.
5 apiece. Where's he moving, sorry?
Just up there.
Okay.
And he's going to shoot this guy.
He's going to shoot that guy, okay.
Yeah. And that gives me some options then for Overwatch as well.
Yep.
So his gun's not as good. Oh, well, no, it's still pretty good. So 4 attacks, hitting on a 2+.
So thankfully I get 2 successes here already.
Oh, this is my leader, actually. Yeah, 2+. There's no crits there, so it's 4 hits.
4 hits. Well, I get 2 successes already because he's in cover.
Yeah.
He's not concealed, so you can see him. So I could do with getting a critical and negating
everything else, yeah.
Which I don't do.
So just 6 damage.
Just 6. He's still got a wound left though, so that's good. So he is fairly injured though.
So he dashed, he did the objective, he moved, and then he shot. So that is him done.
Yep. I mean, do I charge it? I mean, that seems madness. That seems absolutely madness. And you've still got somebody activate there as well, haven't you?
Mm.
So, I think what we'll do, 1, 2, 3.
How many Genestealers have you got left here?
I've only got 3 guys there in that guy.
So you've got 4, so I'm not going to be getting Overwatch here potentially.
Yeah, because every guy I activate, if you
Oh,
activate
you've still got
somebody,
some guy. Yeah, I've been shooting guys that have already activated, yeah.
So, what to do here? That one, that's gone. 2, 3. Search that. Oh, he's 1 less movement there, isn't he?
Yes.
Dash. What's my other one? I kind of want to react to. Well, this guy's going to go next. He's on his last legs. I'm going to use a movement to hop that. Use a movement to go there, and then he's going to dash behind there. So, I mean, that guy can see him, but that guy can't.
He must have some secret agenda.
So he's moving up there, which forces you to activate with this guy now.
Yeah.
Rather than moving these out, and potentially you'd be able to kill 2 guys in 1 activation.
Yeah. So obviously he's going to spend his first activation fighting with his Guardian Spear, which is 5 attacks, hitting on 2s. with a lethal 5+.
Ooh.
So 2 crits and 2 hits.
So this is where I could potentially do alright here. This is also lethal, so it is 4+. It is cutter is 4+. So it's 1 crit, 1. I mean, he's only got 3 wounds left, so you go with the first one and kill him, don't you?
He's only got 3 wounds left. Yeah, so 7 damage.
Yeah. Splat.
Okay. 3 activations left. Is there still a guy down there?
Nope, he's long dead.
Okay. Could move him to here and 2 shoot actions. Yeah. Move him to that. And then we'll do some shooting. We'll shoot your band. Oh, what's that?
No, I don't think you're really on the edge there to be able to get the. I mean, that maybe this guy. I think you'd have to be on the edge of that vantage point.
Oh,
to be able to shoot
what
this
was
guy,
it? Triangle from the thingy. Right. Okay.
Because this is kind of in the way there, isn't it?
So I could do a dash and then 1 shoot action. So I'll do that then. I'll dash to there.
Because then you can definitely shoot both these guys from that vantage point.
Yeah, and then I'll just shoot that guy.
This guy here. So he is in cover. So he will get 2 successes because of my stratagem.
So looking for 2s. So 1 crit and 3 hits. The crit is a pierce 1.
Crit is a pierce 1, so that reduces my defense dice, doesn't it? Piercing 1, it counts as if AP, so yeah, reduces the defense. So basically, I wouldn't get that. So again, I can stop either the critical or 2 of them. Whatever combination I pick, I think you can do enough damage to kill him there, can't you?
The crit's doing 5 damage. So that if you use them to stop the crit, you're taking 9 damage. If you use them to stop them, you're taking 8 damage.
So I've only got 8 wounds, so it makes no difference whatsoever.
No.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Splat.
That's him activated.
Not looking good for the Genestealer Cults since there's 1 guy and that other fella. What to do? I think this may be over by the end of the second round here.
What we should do afterwards is, if we've got time, we flip over. You use the Custodians and I'll use the Genestealer Cults.
And I can't charge it, I can't get close enough. And I can't really run away. Maybe. If I get activation in the next one. You've activated with everything now, haven't you?
Yeah. You've only got that 1 guy to activate, so I'm not going to get any Overwatch.
No, I'm not too worried about the Overwatch. He's going to go there. Oh, there's no point because you'll just shoot me. He's going to go underneath. If I get the priority, I might be able to do something to you. So that's the end of the second round. Have you scored any more points for anything?
I get 1 more victory point, I think. So at the end of the battle, if more enemy options from the during 2 or more turning points, score 1 victory point. At the end of the battle, if more actives during 3 or more turning points, score 1 victory point. Right, yeah. So no, not. It's at the end of the battle. So I'll just put a mark there, because now for 2 turning points, I killed more models than you've killed. That's how many turning points. So basically, depending on what that value is afterwards, that'll tell me how many victory points I get.
Okay.
And this one is at the end of the battle as well. So
okay, cool. So we roll off for the initiative in the 3rd round. 6.
3.
Unfortunately, I don't know if I'll be able to. What's your 1, 2, 1? It's because he's injured. He's not going to be able to get over there.
You were aiming for here, were you? Where are you trying to get to? You're trying to get to my deployment zone.
Which I don't think he's going to be able to do because of his injury.
So he's got 2 move, hasn't he? Which is going to be 4 inches, and then a dash.
Yeah. So he's not going to need to get wholly within that.
Oh, you have to get wholly within.
Yeah.
No.
So he can't do that. And this guy really, whatever he does, if he goes up and charges you, you're going to batter him. What's weapon has he got? He's got the heavy rock drill. Hits from between is brutal. Now brutal, you your opponent can only parry with critical hits, which is good. But again, with the number of your attacks, it doesn't really matter for you because even if you roll 5 2s, you've killed him.
You get your command point, by the way.
Yeah, I'll get a command point. Yeah, I'm just thinking.
Oh right, okay.
Kind of, if I need to reveal any cards at this step, I don't think I can. So your things flip over as well. Lurk in the shadows. No, I'm going to save my command point. I might need it for a reroll.
I'm just going to use mine on the
really good
on the Peerless Warriors. Yeah.
Yeah, may as well. Okay, I'm not using anything. So we go to the first activation. Screw it, mine and draw guy's going to charge you.
Is he going for my leader or the guy? This is my leader here.
Leader's better in combat, isn't he?
Actually, leader gets 4+ invulnerable save. I don't know if that makes a difference. He's not as good as that guy.
4+ invulnerable save doesn't count in combat.
Oh no, he just gets to parry. He gets a bonus to parry and doesn't he with his shield, that's right. The leader is actually, I would say he's not as good as the... He's more resilient, but he's not as attacky.
But there's any point, if we overcharge, the other one just shoot me.
Oh no, I was just thinking whether you want to kill a leader.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's worth it. I think he's going to go move. Get a victory point, but then you can easily score enough victory points there. It's tough. He'll charge you.
Oh, he's going for the leader. Okay. So my leader he has a storm shield, which is a 4+ invulnerable save, but that you said
only get to shoot him because you don't get to.
No, you don't get your save there. So each time it fights in combat, in the resolve the successful hit step, each time it parries, it can negate 2 of your opponent's successful hits instead of 1.
Oh, well, that's much better because you get 5
yeah,
attacks.
I told you he's
more
resilient.
Yeah, let's go for that. You know what? There's no point doing that because he's going to die, isn't he? He's going to die.
Join the Emperor. Abandon your 4-armed god.
Yeah, he's going to stick to the plan.
If you get within there, I can still shoot him with vantage point, can't I? Yeah.
That's what I mean. There's not a lot I can do here, so I do that. Dot that down. I get a victory
you get
point,
a victory point, aren't you?
You kill my guy.
Yeah.
Faction 2 score goes up to 6.
Yeah.
Okay, and then your activation.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll move this guy and take a victory point.
Yep, so you go up to 6. You've got enough guys to easily clean up on the victory points now, I think. Okay, and you've got like 2 activations left for him.
Oh yeah, he can. So that was a dash. There's not really much he can do now. Let's move him around here. 1, 2. Let's move him to here, and we'll just keep him there.
Okay. So one of your guys nearly dead.
This guy's nearly dead.
He's got 3 left.
He's got 3 wounds left. And I'm not ignoring critical damage now because I only had one. I used it on my shoot twice, move shot twice.
Yeah, I'm not got really anything that causes critical damage, Jay. He's a dude with a shotgun. The problem is he is wounded with a single wound left. One, 2, dash, kind of like hide in there. I don't think that's going to do him too good, but he's moved up a little bit.
You're out of range of this guy, but this guy can probably still shoot you.
I mean, that guy is, he'll get the benefit of the cover, but he's not concealed just because you've got that vantage point. But I don't think there's much other place I could. And if he survives and we get to the next turn, then I could potentially get a victory point for him.
Yeah.
So I think that's all I can do with him.
Yeah, I think you're right. So I'm just gonna activate this guy because it doesn't matter now. You'll be getting Overwatch, won't you? So,
I'll be getting Overwatch.
Yeah. So
with that guy.
Is he the one with a ranged weapon?
He's not got a gun.
Okay, so it makes sense for me to kill this guy first then.
And the range of his gun is only that stick as well.
So.
Yeah, he's range, isn't he?
Yeah. Okay. So 4 shots, looking for 2s.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh, so I get 1 auto success. 2 auto. I didn't use the stratagem, did I?
No, you saved your command.
So I get 1 auto success, and I'll use a reroll.
So you're looking to negate it.
No, not high enough. You kill him.
So 5 damage.
There's only 1 way left.
Okay.
Oops, splat.
And then
Because if it had got 1 standard, I could have blocked the critical then.
you could have, yeah.
Okay. Can't Overwatch because he's not going to gun. Your next 2 activations.
It's not that gone, is it? Yeah, of course. Okay, so that's so this guy needs to get down. Can you get
You
down?
can just jump off. Just move off.
Can you? Do you take any damage for?
No.
So it's 1, 2.
3, and he's there. He just hops off.
Right. But so I'm not gonna. So yeah. So he'll go to there then. Then he'll dash to there. I can't shoot him, can I? Because you're concealed and you're...
So you've it's not in the way though because you can draw line. You know.
Oh right.
If you're
We're
on
on
the
the same
side of it, you can see him now, so
Right.
he's not in cover.
Yeah. So okay. So so I've moved. I've dashed. I'm gonna use a point to get a victory point.
Because you have got that because you count as 4 models. Sorry,
I've got
AP
4
yeah.
APL. And then I'm going to shoot them with my Sentinel Blade, which has got 4 dice, looking for 2s.
Yep.
2 1s again, so only 2 hits, no crits. That was a 3 and a 5. That
And
was
he's not in cover there because you can just draw line of sight to him. Nope. And which damage does that do?
6 damage in total.
Oh, he's not dead then. He's not dead.
He's not dead.
He's got 2 wounds left.
But that is him done.
That's him bleeding out. Okay, and then your last guy.
Last guy. So I could do a charge here. So let's try and finish him off in combat. Because you've got a combat weapon, haven't you? So you get to roll some dice here.
Yeah, you know what? He has got an auto pistol.
Oh, has he?
So I'm going to Overwatch with him. It doesn't make much difference who I shoot. We'll shoot the guy who's moving. Auto pistol, 4 dice. Hitting on 5 now. Oh, auto pistol's only... Where's the... Auto pistol's only range of that. So it's going to be just him after
Against
shooting.
him, yeah.
So 5s. 1 critical.
Which I've not got that thing anymore. So I get defensive 3, looking for a 2+.
And you can block the
so I
critical
can
with 2 of them, yeah.
block them, can't I?
Yep. And then your last dude.
Last dude. So I'm gonna try and get some comments so you get to roll some more dice. So it's 4 circles, isn't it?
Yep.
So that will get me in for a charge.
So he is charging. And I take it he's punching me in the face.
Oh yeah. He's gonna try. But you've got a big doofer as well, haven't you?
I've got a big doofer. So my big doofer, heavy rock crystal is lethal 5s.
Alright.
No, sorry, heavy drill is not lethal 5s.
Oh. So I've got 2 crits and 3 hits. That was a 3.
I've got... Oops. 1 crit. But you've got priority though.
Yeah, so I'll
you shut down
parry that
and then you kill him.
and then slice him in half.
Splat. And that is the Genestealer Cults wiped out.
So he did a charge, an attack, and he'd pick up the
Pick up the relic, yeah.
Yep.
And then essentially you win then, don't you? Because the next turn you'd be able to get another point there, another point there.
Yep.
So that'd put you on 9. And then at the end of the battle you'd get an additional 3 for carrying the objective.
No, not... 3 for carrying.
You're on 12.
I'd get 1 extra for my marksman surviving.
13.
And then I
Another
would...
2 for that, is it?
So at the end of the battle, if more any operatives... Yeah, 2 for this, yeah.
So that would end the battle on 15-6 to the Custodes. They're very good, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, your mining laser was your best shot at them. But of course, as soon as he fired, he made himself a target.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I knew he had to die then, and he did. Because the advantage is you've only got, what, 7 or 8 wounds each?
Yeah.
And my guns are getting 4 shots doing 3 damage, and I can fire them twice. So if I don't kill him the first time, hit on 2s. If I don't kill him the first time, I shoot him again and try again.
I do wonder if that should be 1 operative can fire twice.
Yeah, maybe.
It's very, very strong army wide. Because I guess I get the double action points because you've got less models.
Yeah.
But then that is suddenly better than having double the operatives.
You can make sure everyone you kill is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Custodians were pretty strong.
I mean, and it's crazy because they have a tactical ploy for 1 CP. You can one operative at the end of the firefight can do an action for free. So you could shoot again. So an operative can shoot 3 times potentially. Oh no, I don't think they can shoot 3 times. Still, I think you're still limited, aren't you?
Yeah.
But potentially you could move him or.
But you could do 4. You could, because of your stratagem earlier. They could do a shoot as part of their activation and then do an additional shoot at the very end with that.
Yeah.
So if you're picking up objectives or interacting with stuff.
And at the end of the turning point, potentially there's people exposed because you're banking on winning initiative and things like that. Yeah, they were brutal. I mean, you very, very nearly killed him with a mining laser. I mean, you could. It was unlucky to not kill him with a mining laser.
Yeah, I wonder what I could have done differently. I mean, I said at the start, really, focusing on the objectives is the only way to win, but because you can fire twice, once you can start getting on those vantage points, you can start chewing through my guys.
Yeah.
And the same with my decent close combat stuff, just the fact that you roll 5 dice in combat, hitting on 2s, really negates any special weapon because arguably with the stratagem, the criticals don't do any additional benefit.
No.
And you could, if I hit with everything, a lot of the time you could just negate every single one of my dice and then
still
kill
have
me.
something left
over. Or at least wound me.
Yeah, I think you basically you don't. If you're in a firefight with a custodian or you're in a fist fight with a custodian, the custodians are winning.
Yeah. Now see, I had a lot of short range shotguns there as well. Just based on the models that we had to hand.
Do you have anything that lets you activate multiple models at once, or because I've got some?
No, so the I forgot the generic cultists. You can activate 2 of them as one activation, but they were all pretty much dead in the first firefight, weren't they?
I know, that's it. It's learning how to use your warband, isn't it? It'd be interesting to see how. I mean, we'll have to have a few more games with the custodians against different armies.
Yeah.
And if it turns out the custodians are winning every game like that, then they obviously need looking at. I mean, that's only our second game of Kill Team. We may have missed something.
Yeah, I mean, on paper when we first looked at the book, the custodians did stand out as particularly strong looking. And obviously, I think the compendium, there's lots and lots of stuff in there. And like you say, we need a few different games with different factions to see what the go-to. Initial thoughts, custodians are super strong. But that said, if you lose one guy, that's a big chunk of your team dead.
You nearly had him. He was on 3. He was nearly dead. And I mean, now you know. I mean, you started a lot of your guys in concealed. You could flip him, but potentially you could have had a few sacrificial guys and made sure he died. I mean, even if you lost 3 cultists, if you'd managed to kill him, that's.
Yeah, I think obviously on the list building, I had shotguns because that's the only models I painted. Really, the autoguns have got a longer range because that range in the first turn isn't going to do anything.
No, so you were hamstrung by your shotguns.
Where if I'd have been able to, I'd have just opened up and killed him because you didn't have enough guys to shoot back to these fellas. No. And then in my next activation, I just switching back into concealed.
You're right there. I didn't. There was only the mining laser coming at me in the first turn. That was it. So I took that damage. And then your other guys, like you say, they couldn't shoot.
So maybe next time we proxy a few of them as guns rather than shotguns.
Because you only needed 3 damage through him. I mean, that's the other thing as well. I mean, you got him down to 3 points, but for all intents and purposes, he was a fully operative custodian.
Yeah. So Brad P says, I hear the game was finally balanced. I don't think that's entirely fair, just on the basis that it was a random selection of Genestealer Cultists that we'd brought. The custodians are very strong, but like we said, I think we need to pit them against a few different opponents. Commandos versus Custodes would be a different story because they can do all the sneaky, but then still shoot.
Yeah, and they had
and they've got the range as well.
Yeah, and also as well, they've got more. I mean, this was pretty good objective for me. Get onto those points, which I wanted to be coming towards you anyway. But the one we played last week with the 4 points,
you just struggled with that one. To be fair, because you need to get into those far objectives, and then. In numbers, you know, if I can get a couple of guys into combat with the decent weapons, they've got +1 to hit. Then they only need to do a couple of hits through, and it's all down to the secondary objectives as well. The implant one, I could potentially use a throwaway guide to implant one of your fellas because I should that 1 wound guy. Maybe if you charge into somebody. If he can get 1 hit through, that's all he needs to get that 1 victory point.
Yeah, and if you get the charge as well, you just use that hit.
Yeah, exactly. So there's lots of different things at play. Obviously, it's our second game.
Yeah.
Got to say, I enjoyed the Krieg more, and I think across the board, I think the two factions out of the box are more fun to play than the...
yeah, I mean, you mentioned the Genestealer Cults look interesting, but when I was looking through the compendium, I think what makes a warband interesting for me is not just the variety of weapons, and you definitely have that with the Genestealer Cults, but it's the unique actions and unique abilities. When we were using the Krieg and the Orc Commandos, every single model had something different it could do.
Yeah.
Whereas the Custodes have none of that, and I mean, apart from your Icon Bearers, I don't think there's anything in there that has a unique action or anything like that.
And that was what made it really fun with the guys, and I think we'll see more of that as obviously we know we're getting releases every quarter now, and I think that's where the game will really grow, where you get, I don't know, an Eldar Ranger team. We don't know what they are, but for example, we'll just say there's an Eldar Ranger team and each operative did something different.
Yeah.
That gives you a lot more to think about and a lot of different options. Wherefore, a lot of my guys are just cannon fodder grunt. Somebody in the chat looks and says double neophyte seems the best option. Potentially so. You've got 2 heavy weapons then and way more bodies.
Right, yeah.
These guys are pretty good in a fight, but against the Custodes, they really kind of missed out with their... Most forces, those criticals, could have killed a guy, but because you've got so many wounds and it's so easy for you to just turn off the effects of criticals.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's it. You did 50. You did 18 damage to me in total, and didn't kill a single person.
Yep.
Whereas 18 damage would kill 3 of your guys.
Now, arguably, again, if we swapped out some of those shotguns for the auto guns, I might have got some lucky shots.
I think with auto guns, it would have been a different game. I mean, I'm not sure how many models this guy killed, but he would have definitely killed a couple of models. He would have been dead in the first turn if you had some longer range firepower coming down this alleyway.
Yeah.
And then my return fire back on you was only my shield captain guy. He only had the sentinel blade, the leader, so he wasn't in range anyway. So this guy, he took out your mining laser, and then in Overwatch, I think he might have killed someone else as well.
Yeah.
Whereas he, by all rights, should have been dead.
Yeah, so it's definitely not writing off the Genestealer Cult straight away.
No, we're not after one game.
And I still, I do enjoy. I like the back and forth and the interactions.
It's brilliant, isn't it? Figuring out what order. I mean, for me, I just stayed in engage order. The reason I decided to stay in engage order the whole time was I couldn't afford not to be doing something with my limited bodies.
No, and you've got a good enough save that arguably you don't need to be concealed.
No, that was it. So I stayed there. But when I was using the commandos, you really were thinking about what you were doing. And I like the Genestealer mechanic where you could stay in concealed, use that strategic ploy, and then move into engagement when it suits you. Yeah,
so there's also because obviously that benefits in the first turn, there's also a stratagem where after doing your activation you can flip your token as well.
So you shoot and then go back into combat. So if you're behind a barricade or something.
Arguably, I could have done that with a mining laser. Safe.
Yeah.
And it's just a case of playing some games and...
There you go. I mean, that would have been a different game because the mining laser would have shot again in the second turn.
Yeah, exactly. So one criticism to the compendium is I'd rather cards or data cards and things because there's a lot of flicking back and forth in the compendium.
There is, and this sort of game sort of ties itself well to having little stat cards.
Yeah, I think when we start doing this properly as a Spec Ops kind of crusade thing, I think having little unit cards for everything and all your stratagems on little cards, it make it easier to play. I think and a lot quicker.
Definitely. What other warbands have taken your fancy out of the compendium?
I mean, I don't think they're going to be the most impressive from a gameplay mechanic wise. The Croots. From a modelling point of view, I think it'd be really fun to convert up a Kroot war team. I don't know if they're the best. Honestly, I mean, when we're playing games normally, I'll be playing the Krieg because I love the Deathcore Krieg. How about you? Anything else you've had your eye on?
The Grey Knights. I mean, I'm sort of all over the Grey Knights at the moment anyway. But the Grey Knights are interesting where they have psychers, so you can cast psychic powers, which is quite unique in Kill Team. I think the Thousand Suns get access to psychic powers as well. So the Grey Knights looked quite interesting, and then. Looking through the Tau have lots of options. I think you can.
Tau do seem pretty good.
You can make quite an interesting kill team of Tau. They've got loads of different drones, pathfinders, fire warriors, breachers, stealth suits. But I think the next kill team I really want to try is the Elder Rangers, the Craftworld Rangers. I think they may be They have no combat, obviously. You're limited to just your range along rifles, but they just seem like quite fun to use. Like you can imagine, like buried away in nooks and crannies.
I've been toying with starting a Tyranid force as well, with obviously Octarius and the Genestealers. Look, I'm just looking at the Genestealer profile. They always count as having a concealed order, regardless of any other rules. So your guys on vantage point still can't see them, which is really ace.
Yeah, the Tyranids is one of the best kill teams in there, I think, for because if you look as well at the Tyranids, they've got synapse.
Free dash every activation as well.
Yeah, they've got a good mixture of unique abilities and unique actions, which is, I think, that sort of, they're almost at a par with the Krieg and the Orc Commandos.
Definitely.
I think you can take 2 fire teams. One fire team can have 3 Tyranid warriors, and if you look at the stats of a Tyranid warrior, in terms of toughness, they're pretty much a custodian.
18 wounds. They've only got 4+ save, defense 3, but they're pretty good.
Yeah, and they have that synapse ability, I believe. And then so you take a Tyranid warrior team and a Genestealer fire team. So your Tyranid warriors are anchoring your fire line, and your Genestealers are, like you say, they're very hard to shoot, the Genestealers.
And they're quick, and a free dash every turn.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, you still count as doing that dash, so you can't do an additional
you don't
one.
need to use an APL on it.
But that means that, obviously, we saw during that battle, unless you're really close to a piece of scenery, it's going to take you 2 actions to get it because you've got to dash to it or dash off the wall. You can't. It's weirdly worded, but essentially, in theory, you can end your activation hanging here and then dash onto it. But it's going to take you 2 to do that. Genestealers get that already baked in.
Yeah.
So if there's a guy up here, they can get into position. They can.
Yeah.
They can get where they need to get.
Well, it means basically you've got that extra action left at the end to fight with.
Yeah. So, they look really cool. I think we need to try a variety of different factions. We'll probably stream them on here as well. Hope you guys have enjoyed the game. I know it was a bit bloody and one-sided, but to be fair, the Genestealer Cults managed to get some points early on. I was hoping to get a bit more of a lead. Unfortunately, the Custodes were a bit more than they could take on.
Yeah, I think that's it, isn't it? I'd stay out of line of sight of them.
Yeah, so that's no other thing. Next week we will probably be playing Age of Sigmar, I imagine.
Yourself and Dave?
Potentially, yeah. So we'll confirm that in the week when we know what we're doing. But no, it's been fun. Thanks for coming on, Jay, and we will see you guys again next time for some more games. Thanks for watching.
Bye.